because we're gonna do another one just to show you guys. Signs for John's engine. So as you can see, this is going to be our new intake port, but this is still a coolant passage. So usually you seal it with Defcon or JB whatever, and we're still going to do that, but we're also going to add an aluminum slug in there to keep it from like expanding too much and keep it as tight as we can. Pretty much that's it, and then we're just gonna put an aluminum slug that is like that. But you still gotta cut those, right?
Yeah.
These are the sleeves that are gonna be pressed into the housing, and as you can see, he's cutting a groove for the O-ring, and this part is going in. So these are the vibrant ones that came with those clamps, and he's just gonna be replicating this. Pretty much that's ready to go in, or is there any other mods you got to do?
We're just going to trim it to length, and we might work this little lip up here a little bit.
Okay. Awesome.
We're making the water coolant block-off plates now. So we start with a chunk of aluminum, and we'll cut it down to size, and then we'll cut it off of there and clean it up and put them in the housings for John.
Sweet.
Everybody's always like, man, you'd be so much better if you ran coolant. Bro, get your own machine shop.
Mike, you're getting sprayed over there.
Should just slide in like that. So a little bit below flush. And then not come back out. But yeah, so like if it doesn't go in one way, just flip it over, it'll go in that way. Just blow this thing out with some degreaser or something and let it all dry out.
So don't put Mike's dirty hands on it.
Huh?
Don't use Mike's dirty hands on it.
And you might even want to take like a little porting tool and just get all that bullshit out of there before you put the epoxy in.
Sick.
Yeah, and then just fill up all those little voids, drop that plate in there, make sure a little epoxy squeezes out around it on both sides, and that should be A-okay.
Cream pie.
Fuck yeah.
Oh my god.
He's got cream pie the housing.
You can't tell with that haircut, man. So ended up driving to Virginia to come visit my family, but most of all, because Mike had a surprise for me. Mike, what did you get for me? Aside that beautiful hair, look at that thing.
So we did Mike did the semi-peripheral stuff, well, the full peripheral stuff for the housing, and we got these inserts made that is gonna help with the flex.
And right now, Mom's pissed because we have her in her nice granite countertop, right, Mom? So I was gonna go with the Racing Bee housings, but I did Mike a favor, so Mike did a favor back to me and got me these housings machined. We also went ahead. If you look at the actual sleeve, you can see it's O-ring, and it's O-ring because we machined it for Vibrant HD clamps. So no, like those colors that I bought, I wasted my money on them. I'm just gonna sell them, but we're gonna put HD clamps. That way, it allows for flexing the manifold, so it doesn't crack it at high RPMs. So super nice stuff. Right now, you can see this is what I have to do to finish it off. I have to clean this really good, then fill with epoxy, and then this thing just literally is machined so nicely it just slides on there. So done. Once it's sealed off, then I just gotta clean the whole surface around the housing and port the housing still. So we're in a time crunch. I couldn't really wait too long. So this was not marked. Which one's marked? This. Oh, yes, it is. Oh, you can kind of see it. So I have to open up the port like all the way flat here, and then up this way, and clean all this up, and it'll be finished and go in the car. Hoping to have this done, the engine built at least by the end of the month, but I might end up sending my rotors and the whole balancing assembly with the clutch out here in Virginia to Mike, so you can give it to the other Mike and machine the whole assembly, so the engine will be like completely like bulletproof at that point.
Nothing.
Man of a lot of words. But yeah, super thankful for Mike for doing this, cause
Should have just taken the template. There you go.
yep, sorry, done. And I also, since I was out here helping Mike a little bit, I managed to get this out of his hands. So we're actually gonna pull the whole intake system out of the drag car, and I'm gonna make a lower manifold for it to put 4 injectors in the lower. So we'll have 4 in the lower manifold, 2 in the block, and then 4 in the top. We're gonna put a lot of booster to that engine, a lot of fuel. So we're gonna get rid of the REW style manifold, go with the RE. This, as you can see, the intake manifold it had, the throttle body had, I'm gonna cut all this off so it actually flows smooth, doesn't hit a wall. Because for Texas, I'm taking the car too, we're going for the big boy numbers, and that factory intake that we have is not gonna get us there. So now if I beat Mike with the car, it's gonna be because of the intake, right, Mike?
Yeah, I want it back, bro.
We'll see. He has to beat me to get the manifold back.
No, I don't.
But yeah, about to just throw all this stuff, basically all this shit in a box, and bring it back to me to California, and start working on my cars when I get back there, cause I need something fast again. Alright, so since it's finally raining in California, I'm gonna take advantage of this free water and wash the car real quickly. Poor car. This thing's just been sitting here for like the past month, so I've just been busy with a lot of customer work. So I'm finally getting back to it. I just got back from Virginia, so I brought something back from Virginia pretty much. But for now, what I have to do is, even though it's raining a little bit, I don't care. I don't care if it's a little wet, but the rear, one of the rear XT7s has a crack on it, so it doesn't hold air. And the other side, the front T7R is cracked too, so it doesn't hold air from the FC. I just dirt dropping, so I have to take them off. Like most likely take this one off, put it on that side, and then put these two on this side, because I need to measure the car. Because before I left to Texas, I ended up going to 3-piece for a meeting, and they're actually sponsoring the car with 6 set of wheels. I can't tell you what wheels they are yet, but I've been wanting them for a while now, so I'm like super stoked on it. I have to measure the car, just because we're trying to put as much slips as we can on these wheels, and we want to make sure that the actual face clears the brakes. So I have to like take the wheels off, measure the crap out of it, make sure everything fits good, send measurements back to 3-piece, and then we can get the process going. Get the wheels made. The engine's going to be coming together pretty soon. The car has a sponsorship for the EC already. It's on the way from Australia, and we got a little bit more stuff coming in, but for now, just gonna just do like a little update on what's going on with the car. So ended up taking the wheels off, measuring everything so I need for the new wheel specs, and threw these on for now. Doesn't look too bad. They're reps. I mean, that's why I never had them on, but this car does look good if it has CR Kais. Not in white, cause I'm not really a fan of the yellow and white shit, but looks pretty cool. So got all the specs. Now I just need to sit down, make sure I wrote everything right, and send it over to 3-piece so we can get the spicy boys on the way. 20B engine update. So the housings, I brought them back with me from Virginia. See, the new housings are right here. Old mock-up was right there. I was gonna run this, but Vibrant hooked it up with the HD clamps, so now I have these. We made these on the lathe, I think, just so it has like the same Vibrant style thing, so we can just clamp them on directly from here to there without having to have something extra welded on here. Also, I ended up getting the, what are you looking at? Assembly out from storage pretty much. I am missing a bunch of stuff that I wasn't given when I bought the engine. I have to hit them up again to get the rest of the parts for it. But I'm using the old, I think it's Agura. I think it's an Agura clutch that I had on my FC. So it's gonna be balanced to it, as well as these RX-8 rotors that, if you look in there, they are machined to RX-7 Epic Seals. These are going to Virginia to Mike, so Mike can take it to the other Mike, and they can do whatever they want to these things to make them lighter and flow way better with the P ports. So I have to get the rotors boxed up, the crank boxed up, all the parts that I need to send it to it, and then send it out to Virginia while I do the intake and the headers on the car. So when everything's done, the assembly comes back from Virginia, I just gotta build the engine and then I'll be basically almost done. I put the housings on there so I can start mocking up the intake. These, they get, when you do a P-port, you block these off. So all these are getting blocked off. The engine was a complete 20B Cosmo. As you can tell, this port is huge, this one's big, and you see these are small. So what I ended up doing was the engine was a really good condition Cosmo, and the 20B Cosmo was the same plate as far as the outers. So I saved those for different engines. I can not waste them because for this engine you have to actually block out those ports. So I just put 3rd gen RX-7 ones that I had that were really conditioned. So I just put those on there, seal those off, and save the Cosmos for a different engine. Because you don't use these anymore. These are basically going to be blocked off. You don't use them anymore. What you use now is the center ones. So like I was saying about how we machined those parts for the vibrant clamps. You see, this is the vibrant one. You see it's a little thinner, but you can't push something this thin through the housing because basically you just buckle. So they're just gonna go like this. Right now I have the vibrant ones, but he's saying he's gonna send me some because if you look on the inside, they're a little kind of big. So either way I can do, either just like shave this down or just keep the same size as here to the intake. So depends on what's gonna happen, but for right now they made up, and you can see still this is the vibrant part, so you can see bolted on there. Get your clamp, slide the clamp over the little collar, and you're done. Come on, focus. Like that, you're done. So then you get the little pin, put the pin through the hole, and that's pretty much it. And it still has movement, so it won't crack the manifold. So now that I have this, it's actually the same size that I was planning on running over here. So I can actually mess with the angle of the intake once the engine's back in the car. Because it does come close to the strut tower, but it's not going to be close enough that's going to be an issue. So next step is we putting this engine in the car, doing the intakes, make sure everything's done right here, and then starting the header. Man, that looks so good. So the angle is actually really good. I'm gonna have to get the ones that you sent me because you can see that there are different sizes. This is like 2 1/4 and it's 2 1/2. So I need the right flange so I can just make these happen. But overall, that just looks 20 times better than what I was running before. So super excited. Need to box that up, send it over to Mike at Roger Science so he can do the machining and lining. So we can put this thing to turn to 12,000 RPMs easily. I also have this automatic FC bell housing that I bought because it's an easier flange style to put into any transmission I want, because I am looking for a sequential. Hopefully find a sequential and then make an adapter that bolts up to that so we can have some fun.